Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and hang out with you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. Let me know you're here. Let me know what's up. Harold, thank you for hosting. Always appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Tonight, we are continuing on with our model kit building. That is the plan. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I got a model kit. I'm building it. It's the Penelope high grade. We built the Odysseus fully, completely built that. Got its armor on. Now we are putting all of the Penelope flight suit armor on. This whole big thing, this big production that has to happen. Um, do I think I'll finish this tonight? No. Do I think I'll finish this on Monday? Yes. And we're going to get close tonight because I can feel it. Like, it's just that there's a lot left to build, but they're all big pieces. They're all big components. We're working tonight. We'll be focusing on the backpack, which also has the big chicken or swan-ish head. So we'll get that going. I'm excited about that. Oh, it looks like... Okay, and I know what I'm building next. We won't get to it tonight, but we will get to it on Monday. I got a Lego set to build. It's a fun thing where I'm going to build a thing that I have no inherent knowledge about other than it's a Lego set. And it's also one of the biggest Lego sets I've built in a very long time. This is like right now. I mean, at the time it wasn't that, but now it's like $100 kit. It'll be my first secondhand kit that I've built on stream. Because a friend of mine was like, hey, I know you do streams and I'm moving and I have this big Lego set that's just sitting here. Can I send that to you? How do I do that? And I was like, well, you break it into segments and then put it in a big box and send it to me and I'll take it all apart. And so I'm going to build the upside down, is what the set is called, Stranger Things. It's basically the big house, the Stranger Things house, and there's a car, a police car, and it's going to look pretty rad when it's done. And it's going to take a very long time to build. And also, people are going to make references to Stranger Things, which I will not be able to answer, as I have I know like 11 and the Upside Down, and sometimes they play D&D, and Brett Gelman is in it, and that's like it. Like, that's it. I really don't know anything about Stranger Things. So that's going to be weird to build a big set like that. I'm going to do research, I guess. I don't know. But it's a big Lego set that I got sent by a friend. And it's going to be weird to build. But that's coming up. Right now, we're doing the intro portion of the stream. We're seeing if a few more folks want to join us. I don't know if they will. Again, Harold, thank you for the host. I know Harold is going to go probably to go check out... because I believe the Loading Ready run is doing their Loading Ready live tonight, as it is a set towards the end of the month. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, that Lego set is real cool looking. Yeah, Aristofan, it's very cool. Also, hi Aristofan. Oh, I should see. Yeah, this is the last Saturday of the month. I gotta shoot a Q&A for my Patreon. Did you know that? I don't know if you know this, as we're waiting to see if a few more folks want to join us before we get to building. That I have a Patreon, and one of the things you get is $1, $3, $5, $10 tier. Everybody, I do a Q&A just for my Patreon, and I put the call out, which I'm going to have to do tomorrow. So, gonna write myself a note about that, which I'm doing as I talk. I'm setting myself a note so that I can Q&A, and then I will remember that tomorrow. Hey, why do I have this note that says Q&A? Oh, I know. I have to email, or I have to message my Patreon subscribers and say, hey, send me Qs. Because sometimes people don't. They can send it anytime. Some people, they don't. That's it. That's what I got to do tomorrow. Today, I shot a bunch of videos, which was fun. I'm going to retweet my tweet. I think we're just going to get building. I think tonight just might be a pretty chill evening, which is, of course, okay. Hey, Jam, welcome. We're going to go to the overhead here. So it's still on its stand because it's just easier to deal with, but here's the kit. This is the Penelope laying down with what we've got so far. At the end of Thursday's stream, I was having trouble getting these shoulder components in, and I got them in because we have to put the backpack that also is the head, as you can see right below where it says yellow, that piece there. We're going to build that now, and that's going to go on here, and then these pieces can come down again because they fold to get it on and off. But we got to do that because right now we've got like the chest extra, torso extra. We got the leg extras. We got to do the rest of that. And I guess we don't need these down, but they don't. I mean, they go back up, but they look better down. So we're gonna keep those down. And it's on its stand because honestly, that's the easiest way to put things in place. So, but I did want you to see it, and then we'll be putting a backpack on the back of this right here that will then go over and then be the head. Because we have to do that. Then we have to do the armor, as you can see that there, that folds over. And then I think there's like, I'm going to look here. Okay, so we're doing that. We got that. Then we attach that. That folds over. Then we do the shoulder pieces. And then we build, then we got to build a gun. Yeah, that's right. The only thing left is a gun. Because this thing doesn't need a bunch of weapons, but it does have that, which is fine. And yeah, so we'll put that on there, and then we'll attach the whole thing to it, and that's kind of it. Also one thing that's cool about this kit, which I can show off here. I'm trying to be careful with it as I move it from position to position because it is not flimsy, but it's a heavy boy. These shields that go on the arms, you can put a beam saber in there, and that doesn't hold too well, but it does look really cool. So we'll do that just because that does look cool. And there's also, like I said, there's a gun, and I guess we'll build that. I was stalling to see if more people were going to come in tonight. This might just be a very chill Saturday stream, which is, of course, okay. If this is a chill Saturday night, that is fine. I am, I'm fine with that. It happens. So we're going to start working on our kit here. So we're just going to stand our friend up, put it over there. You can kind of just see. We'll put him over here so you just kind of see what he's doing, what it's doing over there. Just put that like that. And we'll get to building. I got this piece done. This is part of my hand warm-ups here. We are going to get some stickers in throughout this whole ordeal. But yeah, the next thing I'm going to be working on, I'll just show you, is... Oh, did I not make... How I go for that? Oh, yeah, no. This Stranger Things set, that's the next thing I'm going to build. And that's going to take a long time and be a big old thing. That's like... I believe that it's over 2,000 pieces. Now you're saying, well, Pat, you just, you go one bag at a time, no problem. You'll nail it, Pat. You're going to be able to kick this thing's butt. Well, the problem is, I can go one bag at a time, but as I said, this is a pre-owned kit. This is a gifted pre-owned kit with all of the pieces. Which I disassembled. So I just have all 2,000 pieces. Now, a few of those pieces are the many minifigs that come with the kit. So those are done. But everything else is just, like, I'm going to sort it, but I'm going to just, like, the only thing I can think of is I might be able to find a listing of all of the, so I just have, like, Ziploc bags with pieces in it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, sort all of that. So I think maybe I can look up, hey, what's up? Happy to have you here. I'm thinking I might be able to just, look up what each bag parts are and then maybe sort by bag that way. Although that just feels like it's going to take forever. I don't know. Lashbrook. The 2011 Millennium Falcon, I believe, has more pieces. If someone wants to look that up, they're more than welcome to. But I believe that was the biggest kit I've ever built, was the 2011 or 2012 Lego Millennium Falcon, the one with old Han Solo. Um, that is my guess that that is the biggest kit that I have built on stream. Um, so yeah, so this is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest. And it's been a while since I did a massive Lego set like that. It's kind of interesting to go back to back between doing this very um, long build of endurance stream. Yeah, uh, it's kind of interesting to go from like, oh well, I'm working on the Penelope, which is a pretty massive high grade, as you know. This has been several streams that I've been working on this kit, and it's kind of fun to be like, I'm going from that to like a very long Lego set that, yeah, the biggest issue I think right now is just figuring out like, hey, how do I sort? I mean, I can sort it, but that's still like a lot of pieces. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do the research tomorrow and see if I can find a bag, like a way to, I don't know. Yeah, find out what's in the first bag. Just pull all the pieces that's in the first bag, that kind of thing. I don't know. I might just have to massively sort. All right, we are working on our sticker here, sticker 4, which is going at the very top of this. Um, this is a well, I say this is a pretty easy sticker to apply, as I immediately stick it to it in a way that would not be beneficial. Okay, so it's going to go like this, then fold over, go like that. It's the high grade, folks. You would love this to not be a sticker, this big red piece. You would love it to not be a sticker, but it is. You just have to kind of deal with it and be okay with it not being perfect. Look, if I wanted to, I could make this look closer to perfect than it is. I don't want to do that. That's not. I'm going to do a good job with it. I think like that's the best I can say. Um, let's see what's going on with me on a Saturday. Um, I have come to a decision, and I think that folks will back me up on this. Perhaps, maybe this is not how you feel, but this is definitely how I feel as I start to really think about, my life and the work that I do and the world that I live in. I have come to a conclusion, which is lawn care isn't worth it. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. I have been helping out with my folks because I'm staying with my folks with some lawn stuff, some gardening things, helping out where I can, trying to be of use and be there because I'm grateful to them and the amount that they have helped me in my entire life and also since last April basically. Um, and so I have been looking for ways to help out. And part of that is, well, we haven't had rain in a while. So, it's the spring into the summer. Got to water some plants. Got a lot of potted plants that need watering. Got to water the potted plants. Got to water the rose bushes. Got to go around. We got potted plants in the side of the house, in the back of the house. Uh, went to help and go. Got to convince them to get one of those gravel lawns. Had to go and get wood chips stained red. Wear gloves or your hands will be stained red wood chips. Got to move those bags around. We got stones for the walk up from the up to the house. So we got to put white stones. These stones are more gray than white, but we'll make do, and we're gonna dig up some of the white stones to put the gray stones underneath and put the white on top. And oh well, we got to do this, we got to do that. Oh, there's something going on there. Well, we got to water these things. We got to move these potted plants have two plants that did not survive the winter. So we got to take the plants that are in there out and put new plants in. And we're going to do this in a staging area. We're not going to do it where the plant is. We're going to do it over here. So, hey, can you go do this? And it's just, I know that there is a satisfaction to be had in doing this work. That you can look at you can look at your plants, you can look at your garden, you can look at the yard and go, I did this, and this looks great. And you can sit out there if you're reading, or people that are smokers can go out and have a cigarette and look at their lawn and say, I did this, I accomplished this, look how nice this looks. I do get that. I understand that. But that isn't me. And it's just not me. Like, I understand you want a trimmed lawn, you don't want your lawn going wild, you don't want like weird grass everywhere. I get it. You want to take pride in the house. I get that, but either I'm gonna, like I probably won't live in an apartment all my life. Someday I would like to have a house. It is a dream, but it's something that could happen. I could get there. I don't know. Maybe next time I rent, I'll rent a bedroom in a house, and there'll be lawns out there and all other stuff. But yeah, it's just not for me. I just don't take the satisfaction in it. It's just not how I'm built. Um, I can appreciate the beauty of plants, certainly. I can. I can appreciate. Oh, look at these wildflowers, and next to these rose bushes, next to these potted plants of different varieties, and oh, these are from here, and oh, we transplanted this, and this looks neat, and just like, hey, did you know that you have to trim palm trees? You gotta get a saw out and trim the bark of the inside of the palm tree because it will choke out the other things that are blooming, and it hurts to do, and it's not cool. And I haven't had to do that yet, but I'm gonna have to, and I don't want to. And I look, I'm complaining to all y'all. I'm saying, like, I'm coming to this conclusion. This is me being like, okay, well, now that I think about this, these are things that I like, and these are things that I don't like. Like, this is me making some understanding of where I'm at. Um, but I'll still like mow the lawn when it's my turn to mow the lawn. I'm still gonna do all that. I'm gonna still do all the things that I have been asked to do. But I now understand fully that I don't want. But yeah, it, look, there's something to be said for doing manual labor and looking at the accomplishments that you've done. Also, non-manual labor. Like looking at just like stopping and going, ooh, I did that. Like, I understand that. I understand that like feeling of that satisfaction. I've had that in my life. I've made things and looked at the thing that I have made and said, hell yeah, this looks rad. And I did this. I had something to do with this. I'm the reason this looks rad. Like, I get that. I feel that. But I don't get that with lawn. Like, it's like, oh, well, this is flowering, and it's like, cool. I got nothing. I don't know. I would like to have something about it, but I don't. Is part of it the fact that the only allergy I have is pollen, and sometimes mowing the yard if I'm not wearing a mask just feels awful. Like, yeah, that's definitely part of it. Like, that's definitely a part of it. But it's not the only thing. Like I said, I just don't have the. Just don't have the feeling of it. It doesn't do it for me. Maybe I'm missing out. I don't know. How's everybody doing out there in the chat? We got a Saturday night, a little quiet. Come on, y'all. It's party time. We're hanging out. I'm building a model kit. I'm trying to figure out why this doesn't want to go in like it's supposed to, but it feels very flimsy. And I don't want this piece to break because that's just going to be harder to do. But I know that I came in here hot complaining about doing lawn care stuff, and that isn't me. I don't want to just complain about things. I mean, I want to complain about things. Don't get me wrong. All right, I got that piece on. That was annoying, but it did come on. I do want to complain about things because it's nice to have an outlet to do that. All right, so this piece is done, and now we're going to move on to more pieces. Lastbrook says, had a pretty good day. Got my second shot. Hell yeah, Lastbrook. Congrats. My favorite baseball team finally, oh, sorry, my favorite Blazeball team, that's an important distinction. This is a Blazeball team, finally made the multi-season journey from league joke to league champions, and I'm about to build a bookshelf. All right, Lashbrook, okay. Well, good luck on your bookshelf. It's always nice to have more storage and more place to put things and get organized and redo things and realize. And also, hey, as you got that bookshelf, just remember, not every book you have has to go on that bookshelf, or not every model kit you want to display. Also, take a mental inventory. Look at those things. Go, hey, do I want this? Do I need this? Has this traveled with me from house to house because I feel weird about getting rid of it, or because I keep forgetting to get rid of it and I just end up moving it? These are important things. My big move in July helped me figure out a lot of stuff that I was just like, oh, okay, well, I scanned 3 pages of this notebook, and goodbye notebook that I have not looked at since the last time I moved, and I only look at right before I move. It's time. Like, figuring out that it's time is an important thing. I'm going to be panel lining these as I come across them and complete each section, basically. Some of this stuff won't be seen. A lot of this stuff won't be seen because it's on the back, but I am trying to get better at panel lining and possibly faster. Eric asks, any anime you're watching this season? Yeah, so I will talk about the shows that I watched. In the second hour, I always talk about the shows I watched and the episodes that aired since my last stream. So I will talk about some other stuff, but the 4 shows that I'm watching on Friday and Saturday, I will talk about in the second hour. But right now, I can give you just the general thing, which is the big show this season is a show that airs on Wednesday on Funimation called Super Cub. Super Cub. And it is I say it's a hard sell. I say the first episode, you'll know if you're invested in it or not. But if you would like a slow little slice of life about a girl that doesn't feel like she has anything, who, through some circumstance, ends up slowly changing her life via a Honda Super Cub, which is classified, it looks like a Vespa, looks like a scooter, but is technically a motorcycle. And it is about her getting a used old Super Cub and suddenly having a little bit of freedom and having a little bit of a drive, meeting people because of it, slowly becoming more of a person. If you see her smile in the first episode and it doesn't make you feel good and feel rewarded, then it's probably not for you. But I do think it's the most beautiful show this season. And that's a big feat considering this season there's also a beautiful story about a guy who's lost since his grandfather died and is trying to find his sound again through the shamisen, the Japanese instrument. That show is also on this season. So it's interesting that I'm like, yeah, that show's real good. It is really good. Don't get me wrong. That show rules. But my favorite show this season is the one about the girl who gets a motorcycle and her life starts opening up a little bit. Like the possibilities start opening up. I don't know. It's a great show. There's a bunch of stuff I haven't seen yet. Pretty Boy Detective Agency. Haven't seen that yet, but I've heard nothing about that. I was expecting to hear something about it, but have not yet. I'm hoping that people that it's good, but like I said, I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. Let's see, what's the big? Is there a big one? I don't know. 2 Year Eternity broke me. Yeah, Eric, I don't know if I have the capacity for 2 Year Eternity. It looks gorgeous, but like the trailer, I was just like, oh no, it's a boy and his wolf, and the music is swelling, and it's called 2 Year Eternity, and I just don't know if I have the capacity for it. Like I said, Super Cub is like heavy, but like there's hope in it. There's like kind of an optimism that we're like gonna see some change and some love in the show. Whereas I was like, 2 Year Eternity just feels like I'm gonna just be sad, and then it's just gonna keep getting sad. So I don't know. Like, that's a show that, like, maybe I'll be in the right mindset someday for it, but I don't know. Or, like, if people are like, my favorite show this season is that, I'll go, like, I understand. In the same way, in a similar way, I should say, that I never saw a single episode of season one or season two, obviously, um, of what was it called? Promised Neverland. The Promised Neverland is a show that I have never seen because I do not have the capacity to handle children in peril. Uh, oh, it's the writer of By a Silent Voice. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I don't have the capacity to deal with children in peril, even if it works out. Everything's a-okay. Like, no thanks. Malicious folks doing things to kids, like, no, I'm not here for that show. Like, by all accounts, it's a beautiful show that really disappointed people with the second season. Um, but also, upon further investigation, looks like I don't know how those people were ever going to be happy because the manga was different. And so I don't know how you make people happy, but they certainly didn't make people happy with the second season of Promised Neverland. But yeah, I just don't. There's some things. I'll also say, the end of last year, I wasn't really in the mood for Tonakawa. Over the Moon for You, because I was just not in the mood for a cutesy romantic comedy show. It turned out great. I watched it this year, the beginning of this year, and I liked it. But I was not in the right mindset when it aired. I just wasn't feeling it. It was just like, oh, look at this, like, very young people like getting married and then figuring out how they feel about one another. And I was like, no, it was so cutesy that I was like, this is not for me. Uh, Even though, by all accounts, and then, I had heard good things, and then when I watched it, I liked it quite a bit. Um, I yep, same. Watched it recently. Very wholesome. Yeah, totally wholesome. Oh, also, Celine Zion. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry it didn't pop, or it popped up, but I didn't hear it because my sound settings are still kind of screwy right now. So thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate that. Um, Also, Celine Zion is a very good username, so thank you for that as well. This is the wrong one. I gotta do this one. Let's see. I gave up on Jurai, Princess of Blood and Snow. I think that is the name. Um, because I thought it was gonna. I mean, it is a story about revenge and assassination, but I had missed the part in the previews where it's the crow, and I was just like, no. So I watched like the first episode, and I was like, I think I'm good. I don't know. I think I'm okay skipping this one. I haven't been in an anime mood in a while, but I did start Build Divers recently. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, have fun with Build Divers. But that's cool. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes, you're just like, sometimes you're just not vibing with shows. And look, there's a lot of really good stuff out there this season. Um, some stuff I'm watching every week, like, as soon as it comes out so I can cover it here. Other stuff I'm watching, like, in bits and spurts. Like, today, I got mostly caught up with My Hero Academia. I haven't watched the episode that aired today, but I did catch up with more of it because I had been behind. I've been letting some of them build up because, it's still a really good show, but, like, I just wasn't in a shonen mood. So I've been kind of trying to go with my moods because also, this is a thing that I have found for myself is, as I said, part of the stream is every build stream, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, I talk about anime. Um, and that's my choice, but also I talk about shows. I like having a couple things I don't talk about every single time, right? So, like, I'm letting Grid, no, sorry, not Gridman, SSSS Daisyon, I'm letting that build up. I'm not going to watch that weekly because I didn't watch Gridman weekly because it took a little while for Gridman to get not good, but for me to get into it. That took a little while. So I'm kind of allowing the show to have episodes also so that I can like fast forward through parts of it that are very Studio Trigger in a way that I don't enjoy. Um, there were some parts of Gridman that were very Studio Trigger in a way that I was not interested in, and the first episode definitely hinted that there might be some of that in this, and I was like, I don't, I don't really want it. Yeah, so kind of made the call that I was like, okay, I think I'm going to uh, pause on that, and then I'll pick it up later. Um, Same thing with Tokyo Revengers. I feel like there's going to be a lot of good scenes in Tokyo Revengers, but it's going to take a little, like it's going to get good, but right now it's just okay. So I'm kind of just giving it its time to get like really good. Uh, I will say this for folks. Sometimes you got to let them build up so you can binge. Yeah, yeah. I think like marathoning shows is a great way to just kind of get in there and enjoy a show and not worry about it. And yeah, let it have like. Look, I don't also like I don't like reading weekly shonen. I like reading collections and volumes. That is kind of how I prefer. I like going through it. Is this weird thing where like there's a cliffhanger and then you're like, oh, I gotta wait a whole week for this cliffhanger. Oh no. I give this example a lot, right? Some folks may remember this. Maybe this was you. Been doing that with Log Horizon. Oh, nice. Yeah. Um, Maybe this is you out there. Maybe you had this. Remember how like there'd be like 3 months in between episodes sometimes of Lost. There'd be like long breaks in the season, or there'd be like 2.5, 2 weeks, not and a half, 2 weeks in between an episode. And in that time, there would be fan theories, and people would be like coming up with like, oh, this is what this means, and oh, what if this means this, and doing all this other stuff. And then like the next episode would come out, and it wasn't that good. I never had that because I watched Lost after it was over. And some of the, yes, I had been spoiled on a few things, uh, and some things I had forgotten, and so that was fine. And yeah, there were a few things where I knew that, oh, the thing I'm watching actually doesn't have a payoff. I know this doesn't have a payoff, so I don't have to get super invested in this. And it was awesome. It was a great way to watch that show because if an episode wasn't that good, oh well, there's more episodes. I'm going to jump in with more episodes. Oop. Okay, so I have to do this thing now. Hold on a second. Gotta do one quick thing here. Oh, thank you for the host, Zeno. Appreciate that. All right. I gotta do one quick thing, which is we have to put up the sign. There it is. We are currently at 45 subscribers. I would like to get to 50. This is not a declaration that, hey, I need you to subscribe right now, but it is an invitation to subscribe. If you're using your Prime Gaming token, that would be rad. Or if you want to use, cash money system, that would also be rad. You are under no obligation to do so, but 50 is where I like to be hanging out at. So, also, if you've been gifted a sub, you can always convert that to a regular subscription, and they won't charge you till your gift sub is over. You get some cool emotes. It's nice. I appreciate it. Again, this is not a thing that you have to do, but being at 50 is just like, it's what we're looking to. So, putting that up there. Yeah. I'm going to say, yeah, with anime, like, there are just some shows that I'm like, I'm just going to kind of like, see what's going on with this. See if I like it. I feel that way about like Dragon Goes House Hunting. Like I think it's a good show, but it's not pulling. Each episode isn't making me going, I can't wait for next week. It's more like, oh, that was fun. Like I'm expecting it to pick up a little bit, maybe, but maybe it won't. But maybe like I'll say this: it's a show that if it was on a Wednesday, I would probably pause on watching it. But because it's on a Sunday and I don't have a lot to watch Sunday, Monday, like I'll probably continue with it. But yeah, I also have a few shows that I just kind of decide these are shows I'm not gonna talk about on stream. You know, I can talk about them in the general sense, but I'm not gonna go hog wild with them. All right, so let's get this going here. But yeah, thanks everybody that's here tonight on a Saturday evening. Always appreciate people spending some of their time here with me, working on the Penelope. This has been a long build. We are in the home stretch-ish because we only have like this overhead, the backpack slash beak segment, and then we have to do the arm segment because these are pretty large pieces because it is a high grade, even though if it is a big old high grade, it's still high grade. Um, you know, you mentioned Eric. You mentioned Log Horizon, and that's a show that I watched like most of the first season, and then just kind of stopped. It's kind of lost interest, and then the second season came out, and I didn't watch it, and then the third season like just happened, and now I'm like, maybe I'm gonna get caught up on Log Horizon. Maybe that'll be like a thing I do. I don't know. I've been thinking about it because I did like the first season. I did enjoy it. I don't remember where I left off, but I definitely was watching quite a bit of the first season. It felt cool because it was like the discovery of it. Like, you know, look, is the idea new? No, the idea isn't anything super new of people that are, you know, like, oh, the game is real now and they're inside the video game and they're in their avatars and they're trying to figure stuff out. But I don't know. I liked it. I like the characters, some real strong character choices in there, and some goofy stuff. And I don't mind some goofy stuff in there when they come up. But yeah, all right, we did those two pieces there. We're gonna now we can start putting these things together. That's about how I went for me. I'm halfway through season 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think it was just like there were characters that I was like, oh, these characters are fun. Oh, they're going through stuff, and it was a thing where it was like. It was smart in a way that, like, I don't know if this is unique to me. I don't think it is. But I was like, every time I was like, oh, this show's fine, they introduced, like, a new character that I was like, oh, what's up with this swashbuckling, like, cat who's also the chef? There's a cat man here now. What's up with this cat man? All right, you got my attention again. And then it'd be like, oh, okay. And it'd be like, oh, what's going on with this, like, ooh, this idea of, that some of these characters like treating them like they're NPCs, but we're gonna treat them like they're people because why wouldn't we? Because they've changed a little bit as well, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, okay, all right, okay, I'll give you a little time, and then you're just like, oh, look out, this character shows up, and oh, we haven't met them before. There's a whole group of people we haven't seen. It's like, all right, okay, you got me, okay. Okay, and then I'm like, yeah, and then like, because there's like, the downtime episodes sometimes like just weren't hitting me too hard, but once in a while they threw in something cute, and I was like, okay, I'll give it more. But like I said, I've been thinking about maybe trying to get caught up on it. We'll see. I don't know. I would like a show with a lot of episodes to get caught up on. I still haven't gotten caught up on One Piece. That is definitely like one of my like, oh, I'm gonna do this at some point. At some point, I'm gonna get caught back up with One Piece. Because here's the thing, I got caught up with One Piece. Like the end of the whole Cake Island arc, I had gotten caught up, and then like there was filler that was fine, and there was filler that was good, and then there was filler that was terrible. And then, Reverie stuff, and then we got to Wano, and then I kind of just, other shows were coming out, and I was getting like, all right, well, I think I'm good for now. Maybe I'll come back to this, and then I just haven't. And then I hear like, oh, well, the Roger Pirates are, like, we're flashing back to, like, Odin and Odin Saga, and I'm like, that does sound cool, and people were like, a friend of mine was like, Zoro got a new sword, and I was like, Zora got a new sword. Oh, that sounds good. It's like Sanji has a suit, and I'm like, what? Like his brothers and his sister? Ooh, okay. And it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, all right, well, maybe I'm gonna get back into One Piece, and I haven't yet. But here's the thing: it's absolutely gonna happen. I am gonna get back into One Piece. Like, there's no question. All right, so I gotta get this piece on here, and then I gotta get this into. This is one of those things where I'm like, am I doing this right? It's just a fun, like, am I doing this correctly? Let me see if I can get all, like, if I don't get this right, these things are all going to slide around, and I don't want to do that. So I'm like trying to be very careful as I attach this that I'm getting every component right with it, because I don't want to have to try to pry these apart. There we go. This feels good and bulky and weird, but this is the big back part of it, and it's got to move around and all that. It's all over the place for streaming it. Funimation has season 1 and 3. Sentai has season 2. Oh, so of Log Horizon. Yeah, I knew Funimation had season 3, but they don't have season 2. That's weird. They don't have season 2. I mean, I understand rights move around. That can be frustrating. Oh, public service announcement for people that heard me. If you heard me talk about which ended last season, the third season, last anime season. Non Biori, and I gushed about Non Biori, which I had never super gotten into, and then started really getting into. So the 3 seasons of Non Biori are all on Crunchyroll. The movie isn't on Crunchyroll. There's a movie that came out between season 2 and season 3, which you don't really need to see, but is fun and cute and more like good. It's good. The movie is on Verve, because it's on High Dive. High Dive has it, so you can watch it through Verve. Now, my Crunchyroll account is technically a Verve account, so I was able to watch it with no problems and no ads or anything like that. But yeah, it's on High Dive. So if you, if me talking about how cute and wonderful Non Biori was got you interested in the show, and you want to be a completionist, you can watch the movie, because that way you don't have to buy the movie. Which I was like, I don't even have a DVD player or a Blu-ray player hooked up to anything in this room. Like I could. I got a TV hooked up to like a Chromecast. I guess I could borrow a Blu-ray player from the living room if I wanted to. I was trying to think about, like, am I going to do this? I don't know if I'm going to do this. And then I ended up not doing that, which is for the best. But I did think about it. All right, I'm going to panel line these before I put them on because they're going to be annoying to get at. But yeah, I highly recommend Non Biori because it's just a lovely, cute show. So if you're in the mood for that, if Laid Back Camp Ending made you have a hole in your heart where you need to fill it up with cute girls doing stuff, because Let's Make a Mug 2 isn't great. Let's Make a Mug. It's a weird thing where Let's Make a Mug 2, TOO, is very cute, and I like it, but I actually like the live action accompaniment show where it's just the voice actors going and like learning how to do pottery and learning how to paint stuff and like hanging out with each other. I like that way better than I like the animated story of these girls in this pottery club. Which is a shame because I really wanted to like Let's Make a Mug too. But yeah, I just like it. It's not like I love it. And that's, it doesn't have to be the best show ever. Because, I mean, it's not. But it would have been great if it was a very good show. And I think it's just an okay show. Still have a lot left to build of this. Oh, that's E. We don't need E. We need F. Where's F? There's F. Great. But yeah, I mean, I'm still watching a ton of shows. Trying to keep up with that. Because I am not in a wrestling mood right now. I watched WrestleMania, and I have not watched live wrestling since then of both the WWE and AEW. I have just not been in the mood for the wrestling. I keep up with what's going on and how people are doing and where they are and and what's up. But yeah, I just neither brand has anything that I was like, oh, I definitely want to see that. I was like, no, I think I'm all right. Just kind of in a mood with that. I'll probably come back to it. I might always do. I go through phases when it comes to the wrestling where I'm interested and then I'm not, and then I got to get caught up and the goings on. Somebody turns heel and I'm like, ooh, that sounds interesting. Or someone turns face and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or somebody returns from injury. It's like, oh, that's neat. So, I'm a little all over the place when it comes to that. But I try to keep up with stuff. I don't know. I get it. I'm trying to think about, there's other things I want to talk about. We're going to take a pause at the cause in a little bit. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel as always. But right now, I'm mostly just getting some of these parts together for this weird contraption. This big backpack thing. And trying to figure out, like, what do I need to panel line this? Because is it connected? It's like, oh, I guess I will. So I don't have to do any of that, but I want to do the underside parts here. Yeah, this kit this was like one of those things where I saw it last year and I was like, ooh, I would like to get that. I don't think I ever will. And then the money was there and the price wasn't great, but it was right. It was what I was expecting it to be, and I went for it. None of the premium Bandai stuff that got announced really. So that's not true. It doesn't entice me, but it is stuff that I'm like, the metal coating, like the special coating, special framed stuff, never really interests me with premium Bandai stuff. Like, look, do I think the Vignagina from F91 is great? Yes, I think the Vignagina rules. But I've built the Vignagina. I don't need to build it with like a special paint job. To like that doesn't thrill me. That doesn't interest me. If there was like a master grade of it and not just the RE100, then I would think about that maybe. But like special coatings never really do it for me. But for some people that is just like they really love like that titanium finish stuff. It just doesn't hit me in any way, shape, or form as like an interest. I don't know. Let's see. I'm in the watch YouTube videos I already watched phase of the lockdown, in that I am watching a lot more of the Tim Traveler. The Tim Traveler is a British gentleman currently living in France who does travel channel video stuff of like, or travel style vlogs of like, hey, here's this thing, here's interesting facts about this place, here's the thing that's happening there. And I'm like, cool. And of course, he was traveling way more when he could travel way more, and now he's traveling way less because he's got to travel way less because, lockdown stuff. But it's really interesting to see. It's always like very informative and odd. It's like world's tallest mountain in a very like low, area, which is just like a hill. Or like this city is part of this country, but it's in this other country. Let's talk about why. And it's like, okay, yes, please talk about why. I don't know. It's very informative. It's called the Tim Traveler instead of the Time Traveler, and his name is Tim. So that's where that comes from. But yeah, it's real good. Lastberg says, those titanium finishes look nice, but are too rich for my blood. Indeed. Like, look, I think RE100 kits are cool. I don't know if I'm going to spend whatever that kit costs to get it in RE100. Like, I'm like, no, I don't think it's that cool. I think it's neat, but I don't think it's like however they're charging. Neat. As I said, the Vignagina is a cool kit because it's Megatron colors. And, the Vignagina 2, they made it red, which is like, not really. Not really. Like, that's not an improvement over the original. Some parts are cool about that kit, but the fact that they were like, well, it's a bad guy mobile suit, so it's got to be red. It's just like, come on. They made it Megatron colors. It looks rad. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to go wild with it. All right, I got to hit this with some black here. We'll get some lining on this. This is a kit that if I was good at scoring, I would add my own panels to this because there's a lot of like big white sections here. Like you would want, like I would want to add stuff to this, but scoring and doing that, doing the scribbing is not a thing that I have any practice with, and I certainly wouldn't try to get good at doing it on a kit that cost me like $80. That's just like not gonna happen. Okay, so circles to that. All right. Like, yeah, I want to eventually do that, but it's gonna be like, it's gonna be on like a high grade that has like big panels of things without any panel lining. And I'll be like, okay, I'll just, a big sheet of plastic. Let me like mark it and cut it and like score it with, with tape and all that and make my own grooves. But that's like, I'm not doing that on this kit. I think I'll get a special coated kit eventually. Don't know what style. Maybe the metallic ones. The metallic Shinju was pretty cool. Would be cool to have something like that. Yeah, I mean, certainly, you're not wrong. Even if it's not my taste. Yeah, I mean, like, the high resolution look. I would love to have the high resolution God Gundam. That kit looks incredible. I've seen that live in at conventions, and it's unbelievably beautiful looking. But like, it's not feasible. It's not reasonable for me right now to spend that money. For that money, I could get several kits to build on stream. And that has to kind of be where my focus lies. Like this kit, me getting this kit was because it was like, all right, I'm going to get one very expensive kit this year. This is what it's going to be. This is going to be the expensive kit this year. This is the thing I've been looking at and looking forward to buying for a long time. I'm going to do it. But this is the big expensive kit. Like old master grades I haven't built it, that like I never got around to building, like great. They're going to look rad for a long time. Just never going to be in my collection. All right, let me find K. Is K. This is K. We are just about done with this. Yeah, we're just about done with this back piece. So we're going to finish the back piece. We'll take a pause for the cause. Then we'll start working on the front piece, which is quite a few stickers. But we'll get that done. And then we'll be able to transition this piece and the other part onto this. So we'll go in there. I haven't seen Vinny's collection per se. I mean, I've seen like kits that he has on display. I've seen that. I know he has more stuff out there. Vinny is a guy that like definitely like acquired kits over the years and has enjoyed kits, but then like also got heavily into Star Wars, and Transformers, and like Star Wars stuff. Like I don't think he has much of that in his collection, but I know he has obviously got a lot of Transformers. And that was, a big important thing for him. And that's kind of, where his money went, which I understand. I get it. Like I said, my love of stuff generally tends to be model kits, particularly Gundam, although I do enjoy, I like having the Zoids. I like the figurized kits. I think are so fun because you're building characters, and I think that's like a lot of fun to do. And I've enjoyed the entry grade stuff here and there. I think that those are charming. So I'm going to keep building those. I have an entry grade Pac-Man. I'll show you right there. It's right here. There's Pac-Man. That's a Pac-Man entry grade. That's going to be a quick little kit. I have that now. That was the thing. If you've been following the saga of the thing I ordered on Amazon, that like just it kept saying that it was leaving it was leaving and arriving at the same facility over and over again, like it was caught in limbo, and they didn't let me. And I was like, well, send me another one, and they were like, no. And I was like, well, give me a refund. And they were like, no. And then a day later, it showed up, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad it's here, but that was also very annoying. I didn't need it on a certain time frame, but I was like, this is annoying. Give me the thing you're supposed to give me. Where is it? Where's my things? All right, so this doesn't want to go in like that. That has to go in, but okay. This snaps in. Yes, tight fit parts as far as they go. They're telling me that this is going to be an annoying snap, and they were not lying. That did not feel great getting put together. There it goes. But I can imagine that these are all going to be like they're making a kind of impossible kit make sense, and so I respect that. But it is like, yeah, some of these steps are odd, but it is like this is a weird look how this thing is just huge, and there's so many layers on top of a Gundam of all this armor, and so like I get that this is atypical of a build. At least that whatever that kit was that I built that had like it had the giant armor on top of it. I built this pretty like last year, but it had like a core. It had a frame around it. It had like this like structure. It sort of made sense to put it all together. So I was like, oh well, that was more fun. All right. So we are going to take a pause for the cause, folks. If you're new to the stream, this is my. We got to do. Sorry, I got to do this subs off, this number on. Back to that. This is the pause for the cause. This is going to be quick, folks. If you're new to the stream, this is me doing my ad reads. I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel if you'd like. You're under no obligation to do so. It'll be like 5 minutes of me talking about stuff that, may not apply to you, but maybe will apply to you. And at the end of it, we'll get back to model kit building because that's what we primarily do here. But I got to keep, plugging my stuff because that's how things happen. So, please indulge me, and I apologize, but I will still do it. I will never not do it. If you're currently a subscriber to the channel, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego. If you're a Tier 2 subscriber, you can throw the Scythe emote in the chat. Tier 3 emote, I am beginning to formulate what I would like to ask the person that has made my emotes, if she is available, what I would like her to make. Have not come up with that yet, but that is the plan. But yeah, if you're a subscriber, you can throw those emotes in the chat. $5 a month gets you those cool emotes. And of course, you don't see ads when you come into the stream. You don't see ads, pre-roll ads that run. And I appreciate you very much if you do it. You're under no obligation to do so, but it does mean a lot. $5 a month, or if you have Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch, you get that token. If you don't want to use it for me, please use it for somebody else. Don't let that token just sit there. Support streamers that you like. I understand money-wise, this is not a great time for anybody. If you want to gift a sub, we have the gifting leaderboard. Bobby Dice Roller is at the top of the leaderboard with 10 subs. So you could gift a sub if you want to do that. You're under no obligation to do that. You don't have to join Bobby there, but you could. Bits and coins, also always appreciated. I'll say that now as I talk about Patreon. Right before I talk about my Patreon. Harold is at the top of the leaderboard with 68 bits. So 69 bits would put you at over Harold, and that would be cool. So you could do that. Again, you don't have to do that, but you can. I mentioned earlier, I have a Patreon. There's a $1 tier, a $3 tier, a $5 tier, and a $10 tier, and there are different rewards for each tier. So you could join my Patreon. I always try to mention it. There's going to be a Q&A that they'll get. I mentioned that before. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, what's up, YouTube? Hello, YouTubers. You can find all of the links that I'm putting in chat in the show description below this YouTube video. Speaking of which, I have a YouTube channel, and you can watch my YouTube channel, obviously, for free. You could subscribe for free. That's how YouTube works. But they also have a join button. Look, I am literally $1 away from hitting the threshold where they have to write me, they have to send me a check or PayPal me $100. I'm so close. And you know what I'm going to do with that $100 from YouTube? I'm going to buy model kits with it, because that's what I do with everything that comes from my Patreon and my Twitch. And YouTube goes back into the business of this, and I buy model kits. Also, you could, if you wanted to, just do a donation, and that will go into a fund, and I buy model kits out of that fund. So that is another option through PayPal and Coffee and Streamlabs. And if you do Streamlabs or Streamlabs or Coffee, it shows up as a overlay thing. And if you do PayPal, it doesn't do that. That's just between you and me. That's another way to help me out. One-time donations. As I said, all that money goes into buying kits and equipment. I have an Amazon wish list. So my $10 patrons vote on what I build next. As I said, the winner is going to be that Lego set that I'm working on. But the next thing I build could be for my Amazon wish list, or could be because you spent money if you want to do that. And I've got Lego sets that are expensive. I've got high grade kits. I've got entry grade kits. I've got all kinds of different things. Ooh, there's a Zaku 2 that is currently $18, which is a good price for a high grade these days. Unfortunately, that's a real good price. But yeah, I got high grades and master grades, all kinds of stuff that I would be happy to build on stream, and I will build it before I build the next thing on my wish list. If you bought that, I have that Hello Kitty Gundam thing where you build the RX-782 and you build Hello Kitty, and then you can take parts to make that a Hello Kitty Gundam. I put that on the wish list. Why not? I'll build that. But yeah, you buy that. I shoot a video just all about that. Then I build it on stream. We'll be getting back into building in just a moment. Just want to go through the alternative to that is you could buy a gift card from USA Gundam Store, and then you could send me a DM on Twitter because my DMs are open, and be like, hey, here you go. Speaking of which, did somebody send me a DM that I didn't read? I'll check. I just think I remember that somebody wanted to send me a DM, and I didn't. I say my DMs are open, and then sometimes I don't look at requests. Oh, yeah, somebody did send me a question that was about something I didn't have an answer for. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, yeah, USA Gundam Store. You send me a DM with a code. I'll treat it just like you bought it from Amazon. If you want something free, you could join my Discord. That's free. It's a nice little community. People post things they're working on. I post my build photos after every stream of my progress. And yeah, it's a nice little thing. People can plug stuff they're working on if they stream or make YouTube videos or whatever. There's a place to promote yourselves. It's a nice little community. So feel free to join that if you would like. A couple video links to watch, and then we'll get back to building. I have a new episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club coming out on Monday, but the last episode I still think is good. The latest actual out episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club is me answering the question, hey, what's up with that sound effect? The wow sound effect that shows up in some anime. I didn't know what was going on with that sound effect, so I did some investigation. So you can check that out. Another video you could check out is Bear With Me. It's a weekly series. Every Wednesday I put a new episode out. It's me reacting to things. It's reaction videos. You've seen those. You know what's up with reaction videos. But this time, it's me doing it. And this latest one is somebody who filmed a Master Roshi cosplayer at a convention. It's cute. It's a cute little video, and I had fun watching it. So you can check that out. No pressure, no bigs. All right, we're going to talk about anime that came out in the last couple days, and then I'm going to continue working on this kit here. So here are the 4 shows we'll be talking about, and we'll go back in again for everybody that's tired of me promoting myself. I understand, but I got to do it because, you know, I want the numbers to go up. When the numbers go up, it's nice, so I'd like that. All right. Now it says, be careful of pointed parts during assembly. Apparently, a couple of these parts might be sharp, so that's odd, but okay. That is a little sharp. Nobody wants low numbers, right? Exactly, you get it. The numbers go up, that's great. The only low numbers I like to see are my favorite golfers when they're hitting their stride. That is a lie. I couldn't even say that. I couldn't even finish that, right? Because that is totally not what my deal is. I'm not all about golfing. But yeah, low numbers in golf. That's all we want to see out there. Um, do you have five favorite golfers? No, I don't. I might I might not know the full names of five golfers. Yeah, I might not know the names of five golfers. Like, I mean, I can say like two. Be like Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods. Rory is one of them named Rory. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, the guy from Tin Cup is my third favorite golfer. Holy shit. Yeah, I got nothing. That is not Happy Gilmore. I love Happy Girl. There's surely a Rory golfer, yeah. Happy Gilmore, that dude, hey, that guy's little violent, but it's fun to watch. Rodney Dangerfield from Caddyshack. Well, he wanted to join a golf club. I don't remember per se if he golfed at the golf club. I think, look, I have to imagine that show, or sorry, that movie, that climax of the movie had to be him being an excellent golfer, a surprisingly good golfer, like right at the crucial moment, and winning a big, you know, golf competition. Like, I don't remember that. I remember Bill Murray's moments in that movie and the Baby Ruth put in the pool to be poop parts of that movie. But the plot of that movie, yeah, a big golf game, a big golf tournament or something, competition. I don't know. What I'm saying is, don't ask me about golf, but because I don't know. But I will talk about anime, which I do know some things about. Um, So I got four shows I want to talk to you about. I'm not going to go through extensive details of it. Uh, things are fucking happening in So I'm a Spider, So What? There was only one scene that featured humans from in the future timeline, which is great because I don't give a shit about those characters. So instead, we had a lot of characters from the previous timeline, and that was, the Spider timeline. Spider has been out of the labyrinth, but the mother spider has been trying to fight it and get it back, or kill it, or take control of it. So the parallel mines were set in, and apparently that was a trap because now they're trapped in there. So our spider is at a huge disadvantage because it had this like pretty sick advantage of like having this ability to think four different brains, like having backup abilities. It was very overpowered. It was like the most overpowered this character has gotten, and this character is incredibly overpowered. So that's a huge issue right now. Uh, this whole episode was a lot of the spider fighting against their mother, quote unquote, uh, through goons. Uh, Spider counters. Also, I do want to talk about there were a bunch of spiders there, and then there was also a mannequin that was apparently controlled by a spider. There was just a mannequin there, and that felt very weird. Uh, I just found out my partner is watching So Much Better So What when she said, "Oh no, I can't hear this." So headphones now. John, I apologize to your partner. Um, and so yeah, I mean, like I said, this is my bad. Well, there you go. Um, John, I hope your partner's really enjoying Spider. I hope your partner suffers through the humans dealing with human bullshit, um, and isn't in is loving this spider trying to make shit work. Um, Basically, our spider is going to evolve, and that'll be cool. She's loving it so far. Yeah, it's in its second half of the first season because it's double length. The spider is the best part. The human parts are fine to okay to, oh, just get through this. I don't care about any of those characters. I'm pretty much exclusively care about uh, the uh, the spider and her fucking situation, her pretty cool situation. But yeah, um, I will say a thing that's odd is the voice actress for So I'm a Spider, So What? The Spider's voice actor is the same voice actor for Azusa, the main character in I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level. So on Fridays, I hear the spider figuring things out, and then on Saturdays, I hear this cute witch lady doing stuff. And it's very odd that the same voice actress has just gotten these like two jobs that are both isekais where she's the main character. It's kind of weird. It's kind of cool though. But yeah, I would definitely hear it. And it is strange. Um, but yeah, so this episode was a lot of fighting. It looked cool. There were some characters that looked very strange, and I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. But it was still very cool to watch. Um, and we're definitely leading to some sort of showdown. I always pick up spiders on a napkin or something and take them outside. Don't kill spiders. They are friends. Yes. Unless a spider is attacking me, I'm not attacking a spider. I try my best. But this spider is cool because this spider is a demonic nonsense creature that also it's such a weird thing. When we finally saw the spider from other people's perspectives, it was so weird because the spider as we see it is this like cutesy face, like not chibi, but like cute, fun character. And the rest of the world sees it as just this like incredibly like the strongest spider they've ever seen. Like, what the fuck is going on with this spider? It's just very fun that is the deal. But yeah, things are heating up. Hopefully our spider's going to be okay. But I don't know. I mean, in the future, we don't see that spider, so I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, all right. So I'm done talking about the spider. I think he killed one of those jumping spiders. I was on the can, and it terrified me. Well, yeah. Then Celine Dion, like, that all bets are off at that point. Like, you just gotta be like, no thanks. No thanks. Like, I get it. All right, so I'm done talking about So I'm a Spider, So What? I will talk about 4 other shows. So, John, hopefully your partner is not watching any of these other ones I'll talk about. But I am going to talk about those Snow White notes. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. And Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, Season 2. My partner isn't watching those. We checked. Great. Excellent, John. I'm very happy to hear that. Although, if you are looking for a cute isekai to watch, I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level is very cute. Just saying. If you're looking for a cute isekai, that's a good one. But there are many others that we can talk about that will hopefully not spoil anything. So I'm going to actually keep working on this. I'm going to wait until we finish these last steps, and then I'll panel line this whole thing because there's a big old bird. So I got to get some big parts on this big old bird. I need D2. I'm going to find D2. That's the clear pieces. We love cute. Yeah. It's really good. Thomas, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. But yeah. Okay, so those Snow White notes. It happened, folks. Look, here's the thing. Sometimes, when you're watching a show, you start wondering, you start doing that, oh, I know where this is going. You think you know the show. You think you know what's happening. So you're like, okay, well, this show is going to be like this character who has been lost and can't find his grandfather's sound, but this other girl wants him to play this song that her grandmother heard. So he's going to learn it, and he's going to grow and change as a person. And by the end of the series, he's going to play the song for the grandma. Well, that happened in episode 4, which is the episode that happened on Friday. So I was like, whoop, I was totally wrong. I definitely thought this was going to be a late season thing. And so I was like, well, what the fuck's going to happen in those Snow White notes? Now, the thing happened. No, 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 no. There's going to be a new thing. There's a new thing that's going to happen, which is that there's going to be a competition coming up that his mother is starting to, I guess, force him to compete because one thing that Setsu has never cared about competition. It's just never been a thing that he's been into. So his mother is gonna, I guess, force it on him to push him, which is awful. But she is a character that shows her love in not great ways. So that is not super surprising. Uh, Look, the shamisen music in the show is incredible. The music in this episode is unbelievable. As I was expecting it to be. This show continues to be breathtakingly gorgeous in its music and its choices for music. It's just unquestionably just like unbelievable songs. Uh, and we did get introduced. I am a little worried because there is a new character that has been introduced named Rai, who also plays the shamisen, and he introduces himself and gives some advice. And it was one of those things where I was like, "Is this character seems to be queer, which is fucking awesome, obviously, but is this show gonna handle this right?" Or well or okay? And I don't have the answer to that. But this silver-haired guy who talks, in not riddles, but he talks like uh, he talks a little bit in riddles, I should say. But he has a flamboyance to the character that made me go, huh? How are you gonna deal with this anime? And I don't have a good answer for you. But it was slightly worrying, so that's not great. But hopefully it's going to be rad as hell, and there'll be a great character, and I will be like, oh, you did it, y'all. You have a complex character like the other characters who start off pretty stock and have grown. But yeah, look, if you watch the first episode of those Snow White Notes, and then watch the second episode, because the first episode is a good indication of some of the characters, but the first episode is not a good indication of the plot. The first episode definitely feels like, I said this in a video that's going to go up on Monday, my next Pat Bear's Anime Club. The first episode of those Snow White Notes feels like a pilot for a show that didn't get picked up, and then later they made a series based on the premise. Like, it's the thing where you're just like, oh, this isn't what the show is. It's kind of this, but it's actually this other thing. Like, it's not a bait and switch. It's not like, this cute show is actually a zombie show. It's not that bait and switch. Like, those happen. It's just that, like, he has to fail like he does in order to move into what the actual story of the show is. And that's fine. It's just, I was surprised about that. But I think it's a great show. I'm interested, as I said, a little worried about it. But we'll see. Pardon me, sorry. Okay, I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. This is a very cute show. Comes out on Saturdays. It's on Crunchyroll. I should say, um, uh, all these are Yes, all of these are Crunchyroll shows. All four of them are watching Crunchyroll. Sometimes there's stuff that's on Funimation and Crunchyroll, but I prefer to watch it on Crunchyroll because I like the player better. I don't like the queue system per se, but I like the player better. So I watch that if my preference is there. If it's only on Funimation, obviously I'll watch it on Funimation. Sony's Crunchyroll, yes. We'll see. We'll see if that all goes through and all works out, but that is the planned thing as of now. But yeah, I prefer Crunchyroll's player over Funimation's, so these are all on Crunchyroll. Okay, so we this show, I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. Obviously, this is based on a light novel. It is an isekai, but it is an isekai to get us to the cute parts, which is that this is a story of a girl who was an office worker who died and was resurrected in a fantasy land, and she is now an immortal witch. And for 300 years, all she kind of did was just like, she killed slime to make money to get food, and She lives in a cabin, and she like saw people come and go, and did her best, and slowly but surely killing slimes for income. She has maxed out her level. She is now the strongest human in the world, probably. Uh, and what happened was people showed up to test their might against her. And of course, they lost. One of those people was Lakia, who is a dragon, but she has a humanoid form. And she was like, hey, let me stay with you and let me learn. Let me call you master and let me learn. And she's like, you know what? Sure. Be my apprentice. Hang out here. Okay. Now we live together. Great. So that's happening. Then the last episode before this new one, two little two little girls show up. They are slime spirits, which is a new thing that no one's ever heard of, and they consider her their mother. So Asusa says, "You know what? Sure, you're my daughters. You're all real cute and great. Come live with me. Now we're a family of 4." And she jokes like, well, what else are we going to have? We're going to have like an elf. We're going to have like a demon. Like, who's next in our family? Like, they joke around about that. Well, this episode, an elf girl showed up. Now, I should say, this show, I have seen the manga. I have read much of the manga. So I can tell you that I don't love this character. Of all of the characters in this show, she is my least favorite. I don't think I necessarily dislike her, but she is the most generic in a way that I don't like. Which is the fact that, and her name is, it's really funny because I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot what her name is. Haikara. Haikara is an elf. She's a potion expert. She makes healing potions. She's also kind of a klutz and kind of a scatterbrain. And one of her big features is that she is that she has big boobs, and people are very aware of that. And there's a lot of jokes at her expense. Now, she's important to the story because she'll get into hijinks, which furthers plot, and things happen because of her. But I don't like that part of it because I like the show when it's chill, and it's not chill. So she shows up and she's like, hey, I need your help. My town has abandoned me because apparently the potion I make, which is really just like an energy drink, Beelzebub, a high-ranking demon, is like, hey, she apparently got poisoned because of me, and so she's out to get me. I need your help. And Azusa is like, sure, okay. So why don't you pretend to be my other apprentice and hang out here, and, like, we'll figure this out. I'll put a barrier up so that she can't go through the barrier and be here and attack you. I'll put a magic barrier that'll protect you. So Azusa is like, we'll do this, right? Okay. So they go about their business. There's some shenanigans. There's some annoying things with mushrooms that I don't want to get into because it was an annoying part of the episode. It was an annoying part of the manga as well. But it turns out, Laika takes these slime spirits to safety because there's going to be a big battle. Well, turns out, Haikara is being hunted by Beelzebub. Beelzebub's just in the house as a bug. Beelzebub was in the house before the barrier went up. So, yikes. That's not looking great for our friend. Azusa's like, hey, you can't do this. This is my apprentice now. So, I guess we're going to fight. Let's take this outside. But Beelzebub, who is a lady, she's a demon. She's a lady demon. She's like, yeah, you can't, like, this isn't going to be tough for me. I'm very strong. Don't worry about this. She flies up to get ready to attack, and she hits the barrier from the inside because the barrier works both ways. And then she gets really hurt by the barrier, but Azusa heals her. And, hey, guess what? Haikara misunderstood. Haikara was like, oh, these messages you sent were threatening. And she was like, oh, they weren't supposed to be threatening. I was sick for other reasons. I really like your energy drink. I would like more of it. That's why I wanted to come see you. But because we're demons, people just assumed the wrong thing. So everything worked out for the best, and everything is going to be fine. Um, so that was great. And Halkara decides, I'm going to stay here, and I want to learn more from you and hang out, because she's probably developed a bit of a crush, because this show is pretty damn gay. But she's going to stay with Azusa, and she wants to like move her factory there to be closer to her. And she's like, okay, great. And Beelzebub decides, well, these slimes are cute. That dragon's cute. You're cute. We're friends now. Uh, I'll teach you how to summon me later so that I can come hang out from the demon realm. This is going to be great. We're friends now, which is nice. It is nice to have a high-ranking demon as your friend. But the end of the episode. Uh-oh, what's going on? Something's up. The dragon woman, Laika, is like, I'm going back to my homeland. Is this perfect, like, family dynamic ruined? What's going on? We'll have to tune in next week to find out. Shocking. It'll be very strange to, like, watch that for another week. Also, even if you don't know what's going on in the show, the opening credits, you're like, there are a lot of girls in this. There are still, like, folks, there are still 2 more people who live in that house that we have not met yet, and 1 more character who doesn't live in that house but is real into Azusa. So there is more to come. There are more ladies in this show. There are more characters who love her, characters who are in love with her. My favorite girl in the house has not been introduced yet. I can't wait to meet her. She's coming up. We got to get through some other stuff first, but she's on her way, and I can't wait because she rules. Oh, I love that character so much. I'm so excited about her to be introduced because she's awesome. But yeah, that's that show. It's cute. It's adorable. It's only a couple episodes in. I would say watch it if you're looking for a cute isekai. It's kind of got vibes of By the Grace of the Gods, in that it's just like, yeah, it's in a fantasy world. It's pretty chill. Like I said, there was supposed to be a big fight in this episode, and then there just wasn't. Instead, there were people healing each other. All right, so here's our bird head here. Now we're going to put this on. Oh, I got to put this piece on like this. Ooh, where does this go? This goes here. Okay. All right, now I get to put this on while I tell you about. Okay, so take that out. This has to get separated here. Open these up. This part is going to go down. That'll lock in. That'll lock in. Okay. So the last show I want to talk to you about is Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, episode 2 of season 2. The big thing to know about this is Iruma is a really nice young man that has had some weird circumstances in his life, and currently he is pretending to be a demon while he lives in the underworld and goes to school. And I did not like this episode. This episode is so... There's a whole, like, circumstance with Amari, who is the student council president, and she's definitely, like, has a crush on Iruma, but doesn't realize she has a crush on him, which is, you know, an annoying trait, but it's in there, so sure. But she's, like, bewildered because she's seen him in a couple times dressed as an idol, which he did at first to help someone out, and then through some shenanigans has been wearing it again. She's like, I'm going to figure this out and fix this. I'm going to make him join the student council, and then I'm going to make his friends join other groups. They called them battlers, but they're just like high school groups, after school groups. I'm going to make them join other ones. Now, the thing about that is, I just want to say right here, the best character in Welcome to Demon School Irakun is Clara, and she is now not really in episodes because she has been told she was barely in the first episode. This episode, she's barely in as well. And that sucks because she is my favorite character in the show. Not a whole lot in this one happens. Irma learns about being on the student council and more about Amari. And at the end of the episode, she's poisoned or something by an unknown assailant. And the whole Amari thinks that he's a human. Their whole relationship I don't love, so this was never going to be what I wanted to see. But we were going to be Amari focused in the next couple episodes, and I'm not thrilled about that because like I said, she's not my favorite part of the show. She is in many ways my least favorite part of the show. All right, so we're going to open these up here. And then this is going to go down over the head. This is so weird looking. It's so strange because you need to have this up so that you can still see that there's a head in there. So it just kind of rests on top. I will pull this back so you can see. But this is what it... the tail... The feather part makes it hard to pull back, but here it is. It's just such an odd looking kit. I love it so much. It's so big and weird. You can see in the photo how it's supposed to look there. But yeah, it's just a big chicken head. And it's got a big old tail on the end of it. It's just so big and monstrous. And I love it so much. We're not done. We still have to do the shoulders. You can see it on there. We still have the giant shoulders and then one gun. What are we going to do with that gun? It's so big. But yeah, this episode wasn't great. They have to get recommendations for clearly she's saying oh, you have to get recommendations by different club presidents before you can read group. It's to me, I think she's just doesn't know what to do, but also talking to him, it's going to be hard for him to explain. I guess he can explain hey, I dressed like an idol to help someone out who's also an idol. If she wants to, she would believe that, but because it's a comedy series, she's never gives him the chance to explain himself. She doesn't want to know. She just doesn't like the idea. And now we're going to see her be chemically changed and maybe be forced to marry a dude, and then Irma's going to have to save the day with his own way of saving the day. And I'm just all right, kind of not into it. And I like this show. The first season was very fun, but I'm not as into this season. So that's where we're at with that. And then for Monday, I will talk about Dragon Goes House Hunting, Seven Knights of Revolution, Hero Successor, Let's Make a Mug 2, and I might talk about my thoughts on I'll probably be caught up in I will probably be caught up by then on My Hero Academia, and I'll be able to talk about that. So I might talk about that too. I don't know. Hero Successor, I said this, if that show was on a different day, if it was on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I would just be too busy and I won't be watching it. Because it's on a Sunday, I'm checking it out. But it's nowhere near my favorite show by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not loving it, but I'm giving it a go. All right, so now we got to do the big wings on this thing, the big shoulder pieces here. So we're going to put those on that also do have weapons on them. They are also weapons because the one thing this kit really doesn't have, which is kind of surprising, is it doesn't have a lot of weapons on it, which, yeah, I think that is kind of surprising. It doesn't have a lot of guns. You would expect it to have a whole lot of them, but it definitely doesn't. That is an odd thing. Hooray, I have a cheap bookshelf now. Hell yeah, Lashbrook. Lashbrook completed their bookshelf build. That's awesome. I'm glad I was able to talk while you did it. Hope hope it lasts you a while and was worth the effort, and you're like, hell yeah, now I got this thing. Now I can put books on this, or books and model kits. A cheap bookshelf is better than none. Yes, you're totally right. I'm gonna. My my mini review. I'm not gonna do a full review of these headphones. This headset. This new headset is. Once I was able to zoom, like, you know, kind of figure out the volume. I'm liking it. I'm like, the recording sound. I think it's fine. It's totally usable. As far as the headphones go, they're not like noise canceling, but they do block a lot of the noise out, which is great. Um, and I think they feel fine. I have used them as headphones for one thing. I do wish that this was detachable. It's not. My last headset was detachable, and that was handy when you don't want the microphone part of it, when you just want the headphone part. Um, but as far as headphones go, these have been totally like serviceable, and I'm happy to have them. But yeah, I use them as headphones for a thing at a video conference call, and I like to be able to hear that fully. Because like I can hear alerts. I have my my speakers set up, and I can hear alerts and stuff uh, when the time comes. But often it's actually better that I don't hear everything super loud. Okay, so looks like this, so that this can go in like this. It'll be a lot faster for the other one that I put in. But yeah, that's how this goes. Oh yeah, it slides in like that. Yes, that's how that slides in. Cool. We'll hit this quick with a little bit of, because I know these will be visible, so I'm just going to hit this real quick, and then we'll just get this together here. I mean, it might not be totally visible, but depending on how this comes together. I am expecting to finish this kit up on Monday. Like I said, I didn't think we'd finish today, but we'll start on Monday, and then we'll get things together. I have till Monday to figure out if I'm going to try to what I'm going to do with the whole idea of a like just the fact that I'm going to have so many pieces for that Lego set, and like, am I going to know all of it? Do I have room to know all of it? I guess I do. If I take this box out that I have over here and I put some Lego on, like, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be one of those things where on Monday I'm going to have to I'm going to get a bunch of it done ahead of time, but I'm going to have to know a lot on Monday, and then like every time I stream as we're building it, I'm going to have to like move a lot of Lego like together and then redo it cuz maybe I'll know like in a box. Like I have a bunch of model kit boxes. Maybe I'll do that in like boxes. For those that don't know, in the case of this Lego, knolling refers to the idea that I'm going to be separating pieces by color and organizing them, and like similar like a 1x2, I'll put all the 1x2s that are blue together, just as a way of being able to find the pieces that I need when I need them. It makes life a lot easier to do that. So I will be doing that. All right, so we need E4. Oh, no, E7. Sorry, I need E7. This is E7. Great. So yeah, so I'll be doing that just to make my life easier, but I'm going to have to do a lot of it ahead of time because there are a lot of pieces. And as I said, in a case like a kit that has 2,000 something pieces, I normally would just do like 1 or 2 bags at a time. But because this is a pre-owned kit that was sent to me by a friend of mine, I just have bags of all of the pieces. So I need to like, it wasn't like he separated it and sent it to me. Like he didn't separate with any rhyme or reason. He just like started to break it down. So it's not like he removed them in sections. So I'm like, okay, well, now I have to figure out how the best way to put this together. I do have the books though, so that was good. He almost forgot to send me the books. All right, this did not this does not come together properly. So now I have to I'm going to have to pop this out. These are big components, so I'm going to use my wedge here and try to wedge this open so that I can properly attach it without breaking anything. I'm going to be slow about this, but this these two pieces did not come together. Well, maybe I can get it. I don't want to force it. Oh, I got it. Okay. This was annoying to pop together, so when I do the other side, I will. I'm sure they're all online. Yes, Lastwork, they are all online. But, you know, the physical weight of a Lego book, this is 2 big books. I mean, like, this is book 2. This is a large book. And then it shows, like, all of components and stuff. Like, it's pages of, here are all the components that are in book 2. I guess I could do that, maybe. Go through. Once I null, then, like, separate them into 2. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to have a lot of Lego all over the place and just separate them. Yeah, that's pretty hefty. Yeah, that's 1 of 2. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just, yeah, like really mark off a lot of room for all of this Lego. Maybe put them in a box, like a couple boxes so that I can move them aside. And it's just going to be, it's going to be a project. Like this kit is going to be a lot of work. All right, so I'm going to need H119. But it looks really cool, and I'm excited to put it together, so. But I can't start that until this kit is done. So we will be finishing this up on Monday, and then we will start the Lego set, and that's going to be cool as hell. Because yeah, this even if this takes up a lot of Tuesday or Monday stream, like we're definitely going to finish this up and then start the next thing. This isn't going to take super long to do. All right, E8. Put E8 in. Yeah, we're definitely on our way to the home stretch here. So that'll be pretty good. I hope you all join me on Monday for model kit building and hanging out in general. You know, chillness. Looking forward to doing that. My plans for tomorrow are to do very little. Very little on the docket for tomorrow. Very excited about having like no time, no plans per se. I'm going to post a video up for my Patreon because they get videos a day early, so I'll be doing that. I will be, yeah, I think that's going to be a big component of my day is that, and then catching up on some anime stuff. I'm going to go for a nice long walk, hopefully. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't know how much it rained. I know that we were supposed to get thunderstorms. It didn't really sound like we did, but there was probably a little bit of rain. But if there wasn't enough rain, then I got to water all the plants outside and some of the bushes and stuff. So I'll do that if I have to. And if I don't have to, I won't do that. This is the kind of parts I was talking about before that you would probably want to add some detail with like an X-Acto knife and some tape and like score it yourself to add detail, because it is just some big empty panels where like there's nothing going on. So you might want to add some compartments to that to kind of make it pop a little bit. But that is, again, not a skill that I possess. And if I was going to try it out, it would not be on this kit. I would try it on something else. So, but yeah. All right, that looks pretty good. Get that going here. But yeah, so I got some lawn stuff and catch up on a few things. Correspondence, some emails. As I said, somebody sent me a message on a DM, and I did not respond to it, so I'll get back to them. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you all, had a good time tonight. I will be raiding in a couple minutes. We all go on a raid. We always end each stream with a raid. That is what we do here. So we'll go find somebody cool to go hang out with. They're generally West Coast folks because they'll be playing later. And they're usually gamers, but sometimes they're model kit people. But like I said, I often end up raiding some gamer friends because they're the ones that are playing this late on a Saturday. All right, so we finished that. I think that's going to go like on here probably because there is a spot for it. So I bet that's where it goes. But we won't attach that until it tells us to attach it. Yeah, looking ahead, that is exactly where it goes. The back plates are pretty big, so we got to build the back plates, but we'll get to that. Probably just to help things along, I will build like the other component of this, like off stream. I will get like farther with it, so that I don't have to do that exact thing since we just saw, you all just saw me do it. So I'll get it started, but then I will continue it on my own. All right, so we find H118. And then I need, yeah. But yeah, we'll go and raid, that's what we like to do. Oh. Just realized, folks, this is kind of a fun thing. I hit 1,500 followers on here, which is a cool number. 1,500 is a cool little number. So thank you to everybody that, gives me a follow to see what's up. Appreciate it. But yeah, thank you to all the people. We hit a little over 1,500, and that is a cool number. Again, we are at 45 subscribers. Would love to get that up to 50. We'll keep I'll keep that up there in streams until we hit the good number. So I need L25, then M22, E10 is the other one. Yeah, so that's cool. Just up and up, folks. Now on the way to 2,000 followers, right? Now we try to get to 2,000 followers. Try to convert some of those people that hit follow to people that watch what I do. I know that some people they follow a bunch of people and they don't even look at it because they hit the same people over and over again, and that's cool. That's fine. Do what you gotta do. All right, let's get this stuff together, and then we will get out of here. We'll go raid and see what's up. But we'll get at least a little of this together here. So this looks like this. This goes like that. This goes like that. We just did this, so this shouldn't be too hard. But then we remember, hey, snapping this together was a little annoying. So let's make sure this isn't annoying this time. Let's start with this side. We'll start with the side that didn't want to go in. And then we'll do the other side. And yeah, there we go. That was a lot easier that time. But yeah, I'll probably just panel line this on my own time because y'all already watched me do it, so we don't need to do it again. And then I just need E9. And there we go. Heck yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I'm hungry. I'm going to get some food. We're going to raid. I'm going to chat with the person that we're raiding and say hi to them and all that. Get this started to upload the archive up from my YouTube. And then I'm going to get a snack of some sort. Probably tortilla chips and queso, because we have those things. And those things are great. So I'm going to get those things, and then I'm going to eat those things. That's my big plan. But anyway, that's the stream. That's the kit. I'm going to go raid. We're going to go raid somebody. We're going to go find somebody to go share the love with out there on the internet and see what's up with them. So feel free to come along in this raid. I hope you do. I hope you had fun tonight here in the old Build With Baer Workshop. I hope that it was everything you imagined it would be. And I hope you come back another time. I'm going to hit the old mute myself there. because I can hear myself. And then we're gonna go. Who's doing stuff? Oh, TQ. We haven't rated TQ in quite some time. TQ is playing Link's Awakening. Um, I am sure TQ is going to say no backseat driving. So if you're in the Twitch chat for TQ, who is fantastic, who does no camera streams, TQ is playing. Be cool to TQ because y'all are coming from my stream. But let's all be nice to TQ as we go in there, who is again playing Link's Awakening, I believe, for the first time. So no backseat driving, folks. But yeah, feel free to come along this raid. I know you'll have a good time. Her community is lovely, and she is lovely. So that's going to be fun. Thank you very much to everybody that decided to hang out with me tonight. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you'll come along on this raid. I hope you'll come back on Monday as we fucking complete this dang thing. We're going to finish this ding-dang thing. And thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next Build with Baer. Y'all be good, and I'll see you on Monday. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.